Yes, sir.
Thank you, Senator McCain. My name is John Mendowloski, and I'm the president of the New Hampshire Alliance for Retired Americans. So my questions will deal with seniors' issues.
I can relate to that.
We're the same age, sir.
You're looking good.
Thank you. I've had a lot of repairs. My insurance company thought I was the $6 million man.
I'm so glad I called on you.
In January of 1940, Ellemay Fuller received the first Social Security check for $22.52. That was in 1940. We've gone through the Second World War, Korean War, inflation, stagflation, you name it, we've gone through it. Never once was a Social Security check missed, not once. That's a tremendous record for a government-run operation. One that we should be proud of. Now, I retired in 2005. My wife retired in 2007. The stock market has bounced up and down during that time, and neither one of our Social Security checks has been a day late. I also have investments. And just since last October, my investments have dropped by 10%, but not my Social Security. Now, you have stated that you're in favor of private accounts, which really is privatization of Social Security. Since 1987 to the present time, the 20 most precipitous drops in the stock market, as measured by Dow Jones, have happened during that time, and 19 of those 20 have happened since 1998. Sir, why would you have the workers' nest eggs placed on the roulette wheel of Wall Street rather than the safety and the guarantee of the United States government?
Because it is these workers' tax dollars, that their own dollars, that's going into the Social Security Trust Fund. It's their dollars. It's not the government's dollars to take from them. It's their dollars. It's their money. They're the ones that have earned it. To start with. Now let me finish now. I'll let you respond and rebut. But I'm not for, quote, privatizing Social Security. I never have been, I never will be, and that's a great buzzword for an attack. But I also believe that workers ought to have the latitude to take a small amount of their own taxes, of their own money. It's not somebody else's money, and put it into account with their name on it, a small amount. And if they don't want to, don't do it. If they want to, then they ought to be able to take a small amount and have an account on it with their name on it. But also, with all your glowing reports about Social Security, let me give you some straight talk. It's going broke. It's going broke.
Sir, I have to disagree.
Yes, it is.
I'll disagree with you.
I can only tell you the report of the trustees of the Social Security Trust Fund. And they're the ones we trust to give us that information. And there's a point where there's more money going out than coming in, and there's a point where there's no money left. That's why it's our obligation to the next generation of Americans to sit down together, Republican and Democrat, and fix the system. It happened before with Tip O'Neill and Ronald Reagan, and it can happen again, and they had to fix it then. So you and I have a disagreement, but you also have a disagreement with the trustees of the fund. And that's why the system, in my view, has to be fixed. And as Americans, as people who love our country, it's our obligation to hand off to the next generation of Americans a system that is financially and physically viable. And we have to sit down together, Republican and Democrat, reach across the aisle, and we can fix the system. Please go ahead.
The system can be fixed with just some minor tweaking, and the system was fixed with Reagan and Tip O'Neill, not with privatization, but with Social Security as it exists today.
Well, let me just say again, I am not for, quote, privatization. I am for a working American to be able to take some of their own tax dollars, a small amount of it, and put it into, and I'm talking about the next generation of Americans, if they want to, Privatization means you force them into it. This is a matter of choice. The more choice we can give working Americans, the better off they will be. And you and I have a fundamental disagreement. Thank you. And could I just say, I know you are very well informed, and I'll look forward to communicating with you about the information you have about the health of the Social Security Trust Fund, and I hope that you will, and I will share the information I have with you, because we Americans have to come together on this issue. We can't keep fighting about it. It's not fair to the young people in this country and in this audience today. And I commit to you that I will do whatever is necessary to fix this system. And if the majority of Americans, the majority of Congress don't want to allow young workers to take a small amount of their own tax dollars and put it into an account with their name on it, I'll have everything on the table. I'll be glad to discuss whatever needs to be discussed. But the fundamental point here is we've got to sit down and work it out and fix it together. And I'll look forward to the dialogue with you. Let him go, just another response, please.
As the president of a group of retirees, my concern is not only about retirees, because everybody in this room who is still working is a retiree in training. And keep it in mind when you vote for what happens to the seniors, because that's where you're going to be.
Thank you very much. And again, I'll look forward to receiving the information you have, and congratulations on your leadership of a group of dedicated and hardworking Americans. And I want every American as involved in this issue as you are. Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. You've been standing